y'all. It is Wednesday, and there is a word. And if you're wondering why my background is so dark, it's because it's early. And I normally don't record words on Wednesday this early, but I have a really busy day, a really busy next couple of days, and I'm trying to get all the things done that I can get done. So at some point, I can get a good night's sleep. But anywho, I was went to bed last night thinking about what this word on Wednesday was going to be, right? Because I was really heavy yesterday as a result of some things that happened on Monday. Now we know that Monday was Dr. King Day, but some other things happened, and as a result of some other things happening, some other things happened. And yesterday I woke up to sort of the aftermath of all the things that happened on Monday, and I just really wasn't feeling any of it. So I went to bed last night. I was like, Lord, I don't know what you want me to say on Wednesday. But I woke up this morning, and the scripture that was in my Bible app, and those of you who have the Bible app and get your daily scripture, you already know what this is. The scripture today is Proverbs 19 and 21, which says, many are the plans a person has in their heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. And I felt like God was doing this to me. Because for weeks I have been talking about or thinking about purpose. I actually have a webinar that I usually do every year on purpose, and I keep saying, I'm going to get to it, I'm going to get to it. And I feel like this is God telling me, go ahead and get to it. So you'll hear more about that in the next week or so, because I have to get it done. But anywho, here is where God took me. When I was younger, you couldn't tell me that I was not going to be the editor-in-chief of Essence magazine. I was going to be Susan L. Taylor, who during my formative years was the editor-in-chief of Essence magazine. And I remember my mother would subscribe to 3 magazines. Say them with me, because if you were Black and you grew up in the 80s and 90s, then you know what these are. Jet, Ebony, and Essence. And I was a writer, and because of where I grew up, I didn't see a whole lot of people like myself, outside of my house. And so Essence was my way of seeing all the beauty that was encompassed in Black women. And I was like, hey, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And if you had told 10-year-old me that I wouldn't be the editor-in-chief of Essence magazine, I probably would have cried and maybe even cussed, because that's what I wanted to do. Well, God's plans for my life were a little bit different. Now, do I still get to edit from time to time? Yes. But I'm also a writer. I'm also a speaker. I'm also in ministry. I do a whole bunch of stuff that 10-year-old me could not have imagined. So here is our word for Wednesday. What do you feel is your purpose for being here? What are your plans? Do they align with God's purpose and plans for your life? Now, if you say no, that may be for the same reason that I didn't know what my purpose was, or what my plans were, or what God's plans were for my life, because I didn't ask. And the reason why I didn't ask is because I didn't want to know. See, whenever I think about saying, God, let your will be done in my life, let your plans prevail, I'm always drawn back to Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he says and asks God to take this cup from me, but not my will, but yours be done. And that's a really scary thing to say. But today I want to encourage you to look at what your plans are for your life, and then ask God, do these plans align with your purpose and your plan for my life? And then receive whatever it is that God has to say. I know it's scary. I know. But if your goal is to live out your life so that when you go on to glory, you can hear God say, well done, my good and faithful servant, it's a question that we have to ask. So today, I want to encourage you to ask the question. Love you. Mean it.